You probably use AI tools every day. Maybe for homework, maybe for writing, maybe just to ask random questions. And you have probably noticed something strange. Sometimes, the answers feel insanely smart, like it really understands you. And other times, it's slightly off, or even completely wrong. So what's actually going on here? Is it thinking? Is it searching the internet live? Or is it just guessing really well? In this video, I will break down how modern AI tools actually work in the simplest way possible. No coding, no technical background, just a clear mental model you can understand and remember. Let's start with the most important idea. These systems are not thinking like humans. They don't have thoughts, they don't have awareness, they don't understand meaning the way we do. Instead, they're extremely good at one thing: predicting what comes next in a sentence. That's the core. Everything else, explanations, essays, answers, comes from repeating that process many times in a row. So when you ask a question, the system is basically asking, what would a good answer look like? Based on patterns I've seen before. Here's the best way to think about it. Imagine someone who has read textbooks, articles, forums, conversations, explanations written by millions of people. After all that exposure, they don't memorize everything, but they develop strong intuition. They start to recognize patterns like, what does a good explanation sound like? What usually comes after this sentence? How do people answer this kind of question? For example, if I say, I forgot my umbrella and now I'm completely, you instantly think, wet. Not because you calculated it, but because your brain has seen similar patterns before. AI works in a similar way, except instead of human experience, it learns from massive amounts of text data. And instead of intuition, it uses probability. Let's zoom in a bit. When you type a question, your sentence gets broken into small units called tokens. Think of tokens like tiny building blocks of language. Then, the system does something important. It assigns probabilities. For example, after the phrase, the capital of France is, it might internally rank Paris, very high probability; London, low probability; banana, almost zero. Then it picks the most likely next piece, then repeats the process again and again. So the full answer is built step by step. Prediction, prediction, prediction. That's why responses feel smooth and natural, because each word is chosen based on what best fits the context. Now here's something interesting. Even though most modern AI systems work this way, they don't all feel the same. Why? Because of differences in training and design. Think of it like students again. Same general learning method, but different inputs and focus areas. Some are trained more on structured explanations. Some are tuned for real-time information. Some are optimized for writing, coding, or productivity. So the personality you feel comes from how they were trained and adjusted after training. But underneath all of that, the core mechanism is still prediction. This is where a lot of confusion happens. Traditional search engines look through the internet, find existing pages, show you links. AI systems do not search in the same way, do not pull a single exact answer, generate a response from patterns. So instead of saying, here's the answer from this website, it's saying, based on everything I've learned, this is what a good answer should look like. That's powerful, but it also explains something important: why it can sound confident even when it's wrong. So why does it feel so natural? Because it has learned not just facts, but how humans communicate. It has seen clear explanations, persuasive arguments, storytelling styles, structured answers. So it learns patterns like, How do you explain something step by step? How do you sound confident? How do you simplify complex ideas? That's why it can teach, summarize, rephrase, explain at different levels. But here's the key. It's not understanding meaning deeply. It's recreating patterns that look like understanding. Because of how it works, there are real limitations. It can give answers that sound correct but aren't, fill in gaps with guesses, misunderstand vague questions, combine ideas incorrectly. This happens because it is optimizing for what sounds right, not what is guaranteed to be true. So a better way to think about it is, it's a system that is very good at producing plausible answers, not always verified answers. That's why your input matters a lot. Clearer questions, better outputs. Vague questions, weaker outputs. Even with those limitations, this technology is still powerful because it removes friction from learning and thinking. Instead of spending 30 minutes stuck on one concept, you can get instant explanations, different perspectives, step-by-step breakdowns, practice questions. It adapts to you, and that's the real shift. It's not replacing effort, it's making effort more efficient. So here's the simplest way to remember everything. These AI systems are not thinking. They are not searching like Google. They are predicting the most likely next piece of text, step by step. Using patterns learned from massive amounts of data. And here's the important part. The quality of the output depends heavily on the input. So when you use it, you are not just asking questions. You are shaping the response. Once you understand this, AI stops feeling mysterious and starts feeling controllable. Not something to rely on blindly, but something you can use intentionally to learn faster, think clearer, and work smarter. And that's where the real advantage is.